Some enemies are loud and obvious, making their intentions clear. But the most dangerous ones? They operate in silence. Sigma males fit this category perfectly. Unlike alphas who seek dominance through power and influence, or betas who follow the crowd, Sigma males move alone, unnoticed, until it's too late. What makes them such a serious threat is their independence. They don't rely on validation, and they never play by the rules of traditional hierarchies. This means they are unpredictable, strategic, and willing to wait as long as necessary to strike. Unlike emotional enemies who lash out impulsively, a Sigma male calculates every move with cold precision. But what truly sets them apart is their ability to disappear and reappear on their own terms. You won't see them coming. You won't hear them declare war, and by the time you realize they were your enemy, they've already won. So what exactly makes them such ruthless opponents? Why do they dominate without a tribe? And how do they execute revenge with such deadly precision? Let's break it all down. Why Sigma males are ruthless in conflict. When it comes to conflict, most people act out of emotion, anger, pride, or the need to prove something. Sigma males don't. That's what makes them truly dangerous. Their approach to conflict is not about seeking validation or dominance. It's about efficiency, strategy, and ensuring they come out on top, no matter how long it takes. 1. Lack of emotional attachment. Sigma males do not let emotions dictate their actions. While others get caught up in drama or personal grudges, a Sigma steps back and analyzes the situation logically. They don't waste energy on unnecessary battles. If they engage, it's because they've already decided it's worth it, and they will not stop until they win. 2. Strategic over impulsive. Unlike alphas who rely on brute force or social influence, Sigma males play the long game. They don't act on impulse, they plan ahead. They know how to gather information, observe patterns, and wait for the perfect moment to strike. This makes them nearly impossible to predict. 3. Self-sufficiency. Perhaps the biggest reason Sigma males are dangerous is that they don't rely on anyone. They don't need allies, approval, or external support. If they face an enemy, they handle it alone. This independence means they are harder to manipulate, pressure, or control. The result? When a Sigma male decides to become your enemy, there is no warning, no weakness to exploit, and no easy way to counter them. How Sigma males dominate without a tribe. Most people gain power through their connections. Alphas lead groups. Betas follow the crowd. But Sigma males? They operate solo, and that makes them far more dangerous. A man with no tribe has no weaknesses tied to social approval, no alliances to betray him, and no need to play by anyone else's rules. 1. Operating solo equals no predictability. Sigma males are not tied to a specific group or system. This makes them highly unpredictable. If you know how an alpha operates, you can anticipate his moves because he follows a certain set of power dynamics. But a Sigma? He doesn't play that game. He moves in ways that don't follow the normal rules of engagement. 2. Unpredictability equals impossible to control. Because Sigma males don't seek validation, they can't be pressured the way others can. You can't manipulate them with peer pressure, status, or groupthink. They make their own decisions based on logic, not external expectations. This freedom gives them an edge in any conflict. 3. Psychological warfare. Over physical power Sigma, males rarely engage in direct confrontation. Instead, they use intelligence and psychological tactics to defeat their enemies before the battle even begins. Whether in business, relationships, or personal conflicts, they weaken their opponent's position from the shadows, eliminating threats without making a scene. The scariest part? You may not even realize you're in a battle with a Sigma male until it's already over. The silent but deadly nature of a Sigma's revenge. Revenge is a game of patience, and no one plays it better than a Sigma male. Unlike alphas, who confront enemies head-on, or betas, who complain but do nothing, a Sigma male strikes when it benefits him the most. He doesn't react out of anger. He calculates, waits, and ensures maximum impact. Chapter 1. No public outbursts. Just action. Sigma. Males don't waste time with loud threats or emotional outbursts. When someone crosses them, they don't announce their next move. Instead, they disappear into the shadows, quietly setting things in motion. By the time their revenge unfolds, the target never saw it coming. 2. Long-term mindset. Striking when least expected. The most dangerous enemy is the one who holds no rush for revenge. Sigma males are patient. They don't need immediate payback. They are willing to wait months or even years to strike when it hurts the most. This level of control makes their retaliation far more effective than impulsive revenge. 3. Cutting off enemies. Completely. Unlike others who stay stuck in battles for validation, Sigma males often take a different approach, removing an enemy from their life entirely. Sometimes the best revenge isn't destruction. It's making yourself untouchable, unreachable, and impossible to affect. When a Sigma male cuts someone off, that person loses access to everything, a psychological blow more devastating than any fight. Sigma males don't waste energy on pointless battles. If they choose revenge, it's because they've already won the war in their mind. Real-life and fictional examples. Sigma males have always existed, both in real life and in fiction. They don't seek leadership, yet they often end up shaping the world from the shadows. Their ability to outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast their enemies is what makes them truly dangerous. 1. Fictional Sigma. Males, known for ruthless strategy. Many of the most feared and respected characters in movies, books, and TV shows embody Sigma male traits. They don't lead armies, they move alone. They don't seek approval, they focus on results. John Wick, a man of few words, no alliances, and unmatched precision. He doesn't threaten, he executes. Batman, the Dark Knight, refuses to play by society's rules. He operates alone, using his intelligence and strategy rather than brute force. The Joker, Dark Knight version. Not a traditional Sigma, but still operates outside the system, using unpredictability as his greatest weapon. 2. Real-life figures who fit the Sigma mold. History has also seen individuals who acted alone, defied systems, and left their mark without seeking validation. Some key examples. Nikola Tesla worked alone, refused to engage in status-driven rivalries, and quietly changed the world. Steve Jobs, known for his intense focus, strategic mind, and disregard for traditional leadership structures. Miyamoto Musashi, a lone samurai who lived by his own rules, defeating enemies with both his sword and his mind. Whether in fiction or reality, Sigma males prove that a lone wolf can be more dangerous than an entire pack. How Sigma males outsmart and outsurvive their enemies. Sigma males don't just win battles, they ensure their enemies never get a second chance. Their survival isn't based on brute force or social power, but on intelligence, patience, and an ability to see several steps ahead. 1. They think in systems, not just situations. Most people react to problems as they arise. Sigma males take a different approach. They look at the bigger picture, understanding how every move affects the long-term outcome. This means they don't just focus on short-term wins, they position themselves to dominate in the future. For example, in a business rivalry, an alpha might try to crush a competitor by attacking them publicly. A Sigma, on the other hand, will study their weaknesses, observe their blind spots, and make strategic moves that slowly weaken them over time. By the time their competitor realizes what's happening, it's already too late. 2. They know when to disappear. One of the most effective strategies Sigma males use is simply vanishing. If a situation doesn't serve them, they walk away without hesitation. They don't argue, they don't fight pointless battles, and they don't let their enemies know what they're thinking. This makes it nearly impossible to counter them. 3. They attack in ways that can't be traced. A Sigma's revenge is never direct. It's precise and often invisible. They manipulate circumstances so that their enemies end up destroying themselves. A Sigma doesn't need to throw the first punch. They simply set things in motion and let nature take its course. This ability to stay ahead, disappear when necessary, and strike from the shadows makes them almost impossible to defeat. Underestimating a Sigma male is one of the biggest mistakes an enemy can make. Unlike those who seek status, power, or validation, Sigma males operate on their own terms. They don't fight to prove a point, they fight to win. And because they don't play by the usual rules of conflict, they are nearly impossible to predict or control. Their silence is their greatest weapon. They don't announce their intentions, and they don't act out of impulse. If a Sigma male considers someone an enemy, that person won't even realize they're in a battle until it's too late. Whether through strategy, patience, or complete removal, Sigma males ensure their enemies are neutralized in ways that leave a lasting impact. Throughout history and fiction, lone wolves have been the ones shaping events from the shadows. They don't need recognition. They don't seek alliances. And that's exactly what makes them so dangerous. A Sigma male's revenge is never about anger. It's about making sure their enemies are no longer a problem. And when they decide to act, there is no second chance.